All right, part two. If you are watching this, then you are not somebody who wants to stay stuck in all of that stuff we just talked about. You want to move forward. So that's what this section is about. First, I got to ask, are you going to run away when things get uncomfortable? When you're watching this video and you feel a little bit bored and you want to go pick up your phone, you want to go watch, scroll YouTube, whatever it is, are you going to stick around even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's boring? Prove it to yourself. First of all, give yourself an overall life assessment. Think of today's date, note it down. Just think of the first number that comes to mind. By the way, 1 is like the worst thing that could ever be, just absolutely disastrous. 10 is like totally could not be better. You are totally aligned with God and your purpose, and you're feeling all the wonderful things, your health, your finances, everything is just as good as it can be. You wouldn't want it to be any different. What number are you today? Or averaged over the last year? As I record this video, it's almost New Year's. What number would you call this year? Just a few years ago, I remember one particularly dark year, which was a great lesson in the School of Hard Knocks. I would have given it like a 2, 2.5, if it's feeling generous. That was a particularly tough year. I did not have much aligned at all, except in hindsight when I'm like, well, I'm so glad that I made so many mistakes that year that I just tried to like get them all out of the way early on. Nowadays, I'm glad to be way up here. Part 2. All right, the main theme here, what to do about moving forwards. I want to mention the compound effect first and foremost, because this is one of the most important concepts that helps us all take this seriously. Choices, behaviors, habits, everyday little things, which are really not the little things, because you'll see how they lead to big decisions, obviously. But these everyday choices, behaviors, and habits are things that you can control. There's no excuse for not developing these to the best of your abilities at any given time. And you know, if you think of the terms of fitness and whatnot, like a little dietary change, maybe just it's like one glass of Coca-Cola per day, repeated over time. It doesn't look like much in the beginning, but over the years, that adds up. And it adds up because those people become different people. The person who thinks, oh, one Coca-Cola and one deep fried, whatever, knows, I'm going to pick on diet. It's not a big deal in the day. Or maybe they might feel a little sick. Maybe that will make it harder for them to show up in a relationship. That might be a big consequence on the day. Maybe it'll make them just feel terrible in the day and they'll wake up enough that they won't make that choice again tomorrow. But what if it is repeated? They start gaining weight. They start not feeling so confident in themselves. They start hurting. They start not playing sports because it's kind of uncomfortable now and they feel tired. What happens to that person versus the person who knows, hey, I'm not going to invest money on things that aren't going to help me. I'm not going to poison myself every day. For the same amount of money, I could ingest something that helps me, that nourishes me, that helps me think better, that helps me make better decisions, that helps me show up in my relationships better, that helps me work out harder, get more results, recover faster. Small decision, even not just one decision a day dietary wise. They're sitting in the head, creating different neural pathways that make it more likely to make that decision next time in the future, or less likely. Same person today, depending on what decisions, habits, choices, behaviors they do on a daily basis, they are going to be in dramatically different places in just a few months. So which way do you want to go? So this is actually 24 months, and like 2 years from now. 2 years is a great timeline because no matter how heavy you are, how skinny you are, or how in pain you are, in 2 years, so much can change. We want to set ourselves up for success in our income, health, relationships, happiness, whatever your metrics are, you can align yourself with them starting today and not a day later. And if you do start tomorrow instead of today, then you just made it harder for yourself. There's no cheating here. If you made some sloppy decisions in your diet and your fitness or whatever it is today, you made your brain more likely to do that. That neural pathway is more set in there. Treat your neuroplasticity with respect. treat your vision that you want to go to with respect and actually align with it on a daily basis, or or else what, right? You're going to end up here and you're going to hate it. This is hell, right? And it's self-created and it's self-perpetuated. Don't go there. I hope this is the wake up you need. I know it's the wake up that I needed years ago. Thank God that I actually did find that book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and that was a very, very shifting year for me. It was the year that I woke up and started respecting my daily little choices, and it led me in a drastically different direction. I know that that book by Darren Hardy, Compound Effect, is pretty cheesy. It doesn't matter. I still listen to it every year because it keeps me on track. Now, what you are looking at here are the milestones of holistic fitness, basically. Current is here. No matter where you are currently, whether you think you're the fittest person on the planet, this journey still applies. A lot of the time, in my own fitness journey, we get stuck in these loops around here. This is a sucky boat to be in, but tell me if it looks familiar. This is more pain, you know, whether you're working out or not, whether you wake up in the morning and you twist the wrong way, whatever it is, more pain, including emotional pain, more inability or less ability, which is not good, right? Strength, mobility, physical ability, whatever it is, the ability to make good decisions because of dietary choices, whatever it is. And it's an ineffective strategy, leads to more pain and dysfunction. We don't want this. And then there's the whole fitness aspect, right? Maybe you're confused, maybe you don't know how to work out, maybe you've been given bad advice, whatever it is, you're yo-yo dieting, you're doing short-term tactics. I've been there. It doesn't work. Just stop it. Self-sabotaging habits, whether you've been armed with the best workout routine and diet plan or whatever, if you're going to self-sabotage you, maybe because you're stuck in something, you've got something rooted, you're not held accountable, you know, you're running away when it gets uncomfortable, then you're not going to get the results you want. Or maybe you're using unhealthy motivation, like shame-based stuff that's just nasty. It doesn't lead you to the vision. A lot of the time this ends up in medical bills and missing work and missing memories and a life that you fill in the blank. The boat that we do want to be in, one, pain-free and functional, like just as a foundation. That's like number one foundation. That's what we work on first. It's really difficult to do anything when we are not pain-free, not able to move, not able to show up with health, with energy, like on a daily basis. It sucks. So that's why it's the first milestone. It's the most important. And it's so rare these days that we actually have a good foundation. You see somebody with good posture who can like move their body and has decent strength, and you're like, wow! Unfortunately rare. So if you invest in this, oh man, you like stand out these days. It's amazing. And we want to be fit, right? And when you have pain-free, functional body, like functional just looks like you're able to move it reasonably well, then it's really quite easy to do the fat loss, to do the muscle gain, to gain the stamina, to like, you know, learn how to eat right. Like as long as you have the basics, all of the super good looking 1% fitness stuff is actually really easy. We'll show you how. Then there's consistency, right? We don't want to just do the right things for like a month or whatever and then drop off like most people that do New Year's resolutions. We want this for years and years, and as long as we need to, and you know, we'll reiterate our actual workouts, whatever we need to do. But the meta of doing the right things and getting better consistently, motivated by the right things, that's essential and missing from almost all of the personal trainers and coaches and everything that I've seen. Like I've had to forge my own system that works so well, and it works so well because like I've tried this crap that doesn't work. I've felt the pain of like just stuff that doesn't work. I'm very passionate about doing something that does work. And so acceptance and commitment therapy is a huge base. You know, if you're familiar with that, if you're familiar with ACT, then you know what I'm talking about. But when you combine that with meta learning, where you learn how to learn better, and then you consistently apply that, and it's the most powerful feedback loop you can be in. I could talk about that all day. I'm going to skip through. All of these, I bet, are very essential pillars to the life you love, the life you value. Can you imagine waking up truly feeling like a 10? Or even a 9 would be a big win, right? A 9 or a 10, a life you love, a life you value, without these milestones. This is the fact check here. This is like proving a theory is correct. If you were not pain-free and functional, would you have a life you love? If you were not fit, would you have a life you love? If you couldn't do your healthiest, best habits and learning and growth and whatnot consistently for years, would you have a life you love? Part of this is not just being fit, not just being pain-free for the sake of it, for vanity, just because you can, right? This is passion, purpose, is the big one, and skills. And that's where the word functional comes in. Because we want to be able to, even if you work on the computer, you want to have skills. And being functional, you think, oh, my health doesn't matter that much. I work on the computer. Well, you get to the point where like you can't sit in the chair because you hurt so bad. You're going to the hospital or your arms don't work because they're going numb. You need all of this to really dial in your passion, your purpose, and your skills. And like where those overlap, that is going to probably be where you find the life that you value, the life that you love, the relationships, the vocation, all the activities that you want. It's a big wrap up of like all of this. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I am, please like let me know. Send me a text. What is missing for you? Is there another milestone? Are one of these unessential? Let me know. Open to ideas. So this is basically the map. And this today, right now, is a fork in the road. On the left, for instance, you could take the action that aligns with all of this. On the right, you could take the action that aligns with all of that. Nobody can make that choice for you. You might be looking at this map right now thinking this is a very easy choice. But if you were making this choice for the last 5 years, then would you see what you see when you look in the mirror? Would you feel the way you feel as you're sitting down right now? Very few people can say, yes, I have been aligned for this many years, but that is exactly what I want you to say in the next couple of years. And be like, yes, I have been doing the work. Yes, I have consistently been choosing every day and proving it to myself with my daily actions. This is the path that I'm taking. There ain't no faking it. You can see it from 100 meters away. Quarter mile, you can spot somebody who has been taking this path versus this path. You can see it in their walk, you can see it in their shape, you can see it in their face, in their smile, in their eyes. Nobody else can make that decision for you. And there's a lot of people that did make a powerful decision. They got powerful results. You can't fake it. Like they did the work, they showed up, they spiraled up. Even if it was uncomfortable, if it was something new, they were scared of investing. They're scared of sitting in that driver's seat, trying to drive a car and then actually being worse off. Crash the car or something. Maybe they wouldn't get where they wanted to go. But they gave it a go anyway, and now they have the freedom to do what they want. They feel it when they go to bed at night. Are you going to be able to say the same thing? Take a step. If you're sitting here right now wondering what to do, and we don't have a call booked, a diagnosis and a strategy call booked just for you, that's the next step, man. We just looked at that map. There are certain places that are extremely high leverage places to pull where you can get really, really fast results. And we can explore those on a call together. Figure them out. What will it take to get you on that journey, progressing as fast as possible? We need to do that one-on-one. These videos might be useful, but like there's nothing that can replace that. So while the opportunity is available, if you book the calendar thing and there's actually time slots available, then I highly suggest taking one of them. They're not available all the time. So lucky you if there is one. Just being honest, like I unfortunately cannot do this with everybody. If you're going to make the big choice and choose the path on the left today, the path in the direction you want to go, I really want to help you out. Just show up, be honest, follow through, even when it gets uncomfortable.